Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio.
Good morning and welcome to yet another interesting edition of Newspaper Review on Power 365 FM, your number one online radio. My name is Abida Pamira Adamla. This morning, I'm running through headlines on my on the newspaper first before we go to the news and details. And I have with them this morning the Punch newspaper. Please don't forget we're live on all our social media and on Facebook at Power FM Live, on YouTube at Power 365 FM, and for the TikTok lovers at Power 365 Online Radio is where you watch us and listen to us live. And first of all, the headlines. Fixing of fuel prices by NNPC illegal, and that's coming from Falana. And also, Russian strikes kill fall in Ukraine Odessa region. U.S. action in Asia destructive, says Russia. Kano government donates 100 million naira to textile market fire victims. Rivers people, biggest lowers in Wike Fabara clash coming from Tonyeko. Oyedepo's deputies Abioye Aremu step down next week. And also I'm with authorities breaking PDP NWC also faction suspend national chairman Damagum secretary. Data voice services fetch MTN and Airtel 3.6 trillion naira. NULGE threatens suit over government bills to control local government funds, while military hasn't gone after Asari Dokubo. That's coming from DHQ. We go on a short break, and while we're back, then we return to give you the news in details. I'll pick this for us this morning. Fixing of fuel prices by NNPC illegal. That's coming from Falana. A Nigerian lawyer and human rights activist, Femi Falana's son, has knocked the decision of Nigerian National Petroleum Company to fix prices of imported fuel and locally refined fuels, which are illegal, null and void. In a statement on Thursday, Falana said the move contravenes the provision of Section 205 of the Petroleum Industry Act. The decision of the NNPCL to fix the prices of imported fuels and locally refined fuels are illegal, nullity and void as they contravene the provision of Section 205 of the Petroleum Industry Act, which stipulates that the prices of petroleum products shall be determined by market forces, he said. He added on October 5, 2024, the Executive Vice President of Downstream NNPC Limited, Mr. Adedapo Shegun, explained that Section 205 of the PIA, which established NNPC Limited, stipulates that petroleum prices are determined by free market forces in Nigeria. According to him, the market has been deregulated, meaning that petrol prices are now determined by market forces rather than the government or NNPC Limited. Additionally, the exchange rate plays a significant role in influencing these prices. Can read further details on that as fixing of fuel prices by NNPC that is illegal coming from Falano. Kano government donate 100 million naira to textile fire market fire victims. The Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf has donated 100 million naira to victims of the recent fire disaster at Katin Quarry Textile Market. This was contained in a statement issued on Thursday by the governor, a spokesman Sanusi Tofa. According to Tofa, the governor announced the donation during a sympathy visit to the traders at the market on Thursday. The governor explained that the donation was not intended to compensate for the loss incurred, but rather to mitigate the effects of the damages. The donation is not meant to compensate you, but to support the affected traders and alleviate their suffering, Yusuf was quoted as saying in the statement. During the visit, Yusuf pledged to improve the market conditions by installing solar lights, rehabilitating the road market, constructing drainage, and also providing motorized boreholes, among other measures. He reassured the traders of the state government commitment to maintaining Kano status as a commercial hub of northern Nigeria and surrounding West African countries. The managing director of the Katim Quarry Market Management Board, Amisu Nanman, informed the governor that 29 shops were razed by the fire. He, however, expressed gratitude to firefighters and Good Samaritans for their quick intervention. The chairman of the Market Headers Committee, Sabu Bako, thanked the governor for his concern and requested assistance in resolving ongoing operational issues affecting the market. Can read further details on that also, as governor of Kano donate 100 million to textile market fire victim. International news stories: Russian strikes Q4 in Ukraine Odessa region. Russian strikes overnight on the southern Ukraine region of Odessa killed 4 people, including a teenage girl, and wounded 10 more, the regional governor said Friday. Russia has targeted Ukraine coastal Odessa region throughout the war, hitting cargo ships and grain silos in what Kyiv says in an attempt to destroy its export capacity. The enemy attacked the Odessa region with ballistic missiles. 4 people were killed, including a teenager. The regional governor, Oleg Kipa, wrote on social media. He said a 2-story building has been destroyed in the attack and that the victims included a 43-year-old woman, a 22-year-old man, and a 16-year-old girl. Another woman died in hospital from the injuries, Kipa said, adding that 10 people has been wounded. Video from the scene of the attack distributed by first responders show the emergency workers retrieving bodies from the rubble of the destroyed building by lamplight. Russian forces have stepped up attacks on southern Ukraine recently, including strikes that have damaged civilian vessels at Odessa region port. Ukraine was one of the largest exporters of grain in the world before Russian invasion in February 2022, but repeated attacks on important storage facilities have severely curbed its output. 8 people were killed in an attack on Wednesday this week, the latest in a string that the European Union described as a blatant violation of international law. Can read further details on that as Russian strikes Q4 in Ukraine Odessa region. Oyedepo deputies Abioye Aremu steps down next week. The two vice presidents of Bishop David Oyedepo of the Living Faith Church Winners will be retired next week, serving for over 4 and 3 decades. Multiple sources in the church, including a pastor in the church, were requested anonymity due to a lack of authorization to speak to the press, confirmed the planned retirement of Bishop David Abioye and Thomas Aremu of the Punch on Thursday. According to the sources, the retirement aligned with Winners Chapel operational manual, the mandate which recently revised the retirement age from 60 to 55. A member who attends the headquarters church in Ota, Ogun State said, "We have heard that Bishop Abioye and the other Bishop Aremu in Ibadan will leave during the Bishop Oyedepo birthday celebration. That is the new law in the church. Only Bishop Oyedepo can remain in his position for life. One of the two bishops has ever been considering leaving for a while, so this is not news to some of us in the church." Effect by a correspondent to verify the development with the church media officials were unsuccessful, as they did not answer calls or respond to messages sent via WhatsApp. Bishop Abioye is currently 63, while Bishop Aremu is 67. Only the church founders will be allowed to serve beyond this age limit, with future leaders permitted to serve 1 or 2 terms of 7 years each, subject to the Board of Trustees' approval. According to Church Times, validatory services will be held for the two bishops at the respective churches. Bishop Abioye farewell service is set for Friday, October 18, 2024 in Durumi, Abuja, while Bishop Aremu's service will take place at LFC Bashor in Ibadan, Oyo State on Tuesday, October 15, 2024. You can read further details on that also, as Oyedepo deputies Abioye and Aremu steps down next week. Data voice service fetch MTN and Airtel 3.6 trillion naira. MTN Nigerian Communication PLC and Airtel Nigerian collectively generated about 3.67 trillion naira from their data and voices service in the first half of 2024. An analysis of their financial results showed MTN, the country's biggest telecom operators with almost 80 million subscribers, reported a combined revenue of 1.27 trillion naira for the first 6 months of 2024, driven by a significant uptick in data services. The revenue increased 726.6 billion naira from data service, reflecting a 55% increase from 469.7 billion naira in the same period in 2023. Voice services also grew, with revenue reaching 541.3 billion naira, up for 474.1 billion naira year on year. The operator, which has been serving Nigerian vast population for 2 decades, attributed this growth to enhancement in service quality and the robust demand for data service price optimization strategies implemented in Q4 of 2023 further fueled its growth. Airtel, with over 60 million subscribers, recorded $229 million in revenue for the quarter ended June 30, 2024. This revenue comprises $112 million from voice services and $117 million from data services, although voice revenue experienced a significant decline of 55.8% from $254 million in the same quarter last year. It increased by 21.6% in constant currency terms, its financial report showed. Data revenue also declined by 48.6% from $228 million in the previous year, but constant currency figure showed a robust growth of 41.3%, indicating rising demand for internet services. For the full year, ending March 31st, 2024, analysis of the report showed that Airtel achieved $711 million in voice revenue and $654 million in data revenue, bringing a total revenue across both periods to $1.594 billion. When converting the total revenue generated by Airtel Nigeria into Naira using the exchange rate of 1,005 Naira per dollar, the operator generated 2.4 trillion Naira in 6 months. Can read further details on that as data voice services fetch MTN Airtel 3.6 trillion Naira. Rivers people biggest losers in Wike Fubara clash, coming from Toyeku. The candidate of the All Progressive Congress in 2023 Rivers governorship election, Tony Cole, has stated that the people of state are the losers in the ongoing political crisis in the South state. Speaking during an interview on China's television's Politics Today on Thursday yesterday, Cole asserted that the development has become stagnant in the state following the battle for supremacy between a governor, Siminalai Fubara, and his predecessor, Nyesik Wike. Cole was reacting to the judgment of the Court of Appeal that affirmed that the ruling of the Federal High Court in Abuja that avoided the presentation and passage of the 2024 budget for Rivers State. He said, as it stands right now, the people of Rivers do not matter in the equation that is being played out. And if the interests of Rivers people were on the table, we would not even be where we are today. This entire fight is political, and has to do with a very small political family. As we speak today, there is no development. The political battle is affecting the poor man on the street. Cole said Fubara is in a dangerous political situation that is affecting governance in the state. Read further details on that also. As Rivers people biggest losers in what's Rivers people biggest loser in Wike Fubara clash. That's coming from Tony Cole. On politics also this morning, I'm able to start the news story talking about the PDP NWC faction suspends national chairman Damangum secretary. The crisis in the People's Democratic Party show no signs of resolution as a faction of the National Working Committee has suspended the acting national chairman Umar Damangum, the national secretary Samuel Nyawu for alleged disloyalty to the party. Earlier, a faction of the NWC aligned with Damangum announced the suspension of the National Legal Advisor Kamaldeen Ajibade and the National Publicity Secretary Debo Ologunagba for alleged disloyalty to the party. In a new twist, Ologunagba, in a statement on Friday, and also announced the suspension of Damangum and Anyanwu. The statement reads in part, the National Working Committee NWC of the PDP has extensively considered the series of complaints raised against the acting national chairman AMB, Aliya Damangum, and the National Security Senator Samuel Anyanwu, particularly with regard to the letter decreed by them to the Court of Appeal in Appeal number CA/PH/307/2024. against the party position in the case involving the 27 former members of the Rivers State House of Assembly who vacated their seat upon the campaign from the PDP to the All Progressive Congress APC. Read further details on that also as PDP NWC faction suspends National Chairman Damangum secretary. And finally, on newspaper review this morning, let me take this news story talking about petrol price hike. Hype man tackles NNPCL threatens to stop operations. The Independent Petroleum Market Association of Nigeria has threatened to stop operations nationwide following the high cost of premium motor spirit, particularly known as petrol, sold to Hypeman's member by the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL). Hypeman revealed that on Thursday that the cost of petrol from the Dangote Petroleum Refinery to NNPC was about 898 per litre, but noted that NNPC was selling the same product to the independent market house at 1,010 naira per litre in Nigeria. The station, which controls over 70% of filling stations nationwide, kicked against these and threatened to down tools, as it also demanded a refund from NNPC for earlier petrol supply payments made by its member. This development made further worsen the petrol scarcity and queues in many parts of the country. Read further details on that also as petrol price hike. Hypeman tackles NNPC or threatens to stop operation. Thank you so very much for joining us on this edition for the grand final of newspaper review on Power365 FM. Till I come here on Monday, my name is Ebidapo Miracle Oluwa Damla. Have for yourself a productive and fantastic day ahead. I'm out of the studio.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power365FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio.